Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like many of my colleagues, I'm alarmed that we continue to see an onslaught of proposed partisan rules by the federal banking agencies that will significantly increase costs to banks without commensurate benefits. Partisan rules that fail to be accompanied by substantive cost-benefit analysis, that lack an understanding of the cumulative effects they would cause, and whose adverse effects will be borne by American families and businesses of all sizes, including by increased costs and reduced availability of credit. Meanwhile, the information that has come out about the pervasive harassment, misogyny, and toxic workplace culture at the FDIC under your leadership, Chairman Gruenberg, is appalling. In the last year, the findings of the committee's investigation, clearly Gottlieb's independent review, and Wall Street Journal reporting have demonstrated the astonishing failures of your time in charge. You have no business continuing to lead this agency, preventing the necessary changes from beginning at this agency, and for your employees to continue to be a distraction. Yet here you are, astonishingly carrying on and making every effort to haphazardly jam forward partisan rules at the 11th hour in the waning days of this administration. And given that the FDIC put out a request for information, or RFI, on deposits at the same time as it has made a proposed rule on brokered deposits, it's clear that the FDIC will not have time to digest the public's input from the RFI before trying to move ahead with a brokered deposit rule. Chairman Gruenberg, are you not opening the FDIC up on multiple fronts to the Administrative Procedure Act challenge?
Congressman, we've been quite deliberate in putting forward both of the proposals you mentioned. The request for information on deposits is really a follow-on from last year's regional bank failures, where uninsured deposits were really the core risk precipitating those failures. Enhanced understanding of bank exposure to uninsured deposits is really the object of that request for information. The broker deposit proposal, and I would emphasize it's a proposal still out for comment, is really designed to provide simply greater transparency on bank reliance on broker deposits, which studies the FDIC has undertaken previously indicate can cause liquidity and risk factors for institutions. So they're two separate efforts. We think they both have value.
Do you believe by January 19th, your stated date of resignation, that you will be able to digest the public's input on these two proposals?
We're receiving comment on both. As I indicated, the request for information is simply feedback we're seeking from the industry. And on the broker deposit rule, we don't anticipate...
Yes, but that feedback is relevant. So do you think you'll actually be able to digest it before your resignation on January 19th?
I think we will have that information before there's final action on the broker deposit.
And are you going to try to take final action before you resign?
As I indicated, that's still out for comment, and we don't anticipate acting on it prior to the end of the president's term.
In recent months, the FDIC has been requiring asset management firms to enter into new passivity agreements with the agency or potentially be found in noncompliance despite the comment period of the proposed rulemaking still being open. Please explain exactly how you are coordinating both the NPR and staff letters with your colleagues sitting next to you.
Well, we've put out a notice of proposed rulemaking that deals with a rule the FDIC currently has in place that constrains our ability to require notice if a investment company gets a controlling interest in a bank. And the only thing this proposed rulemaking would do is restore the FDIC's discretion if an investor takes a controlling interest in a bank we supervise to require notice of that. We have sent letters to a couple of asset managers separately seeking an understanding of how their investments, controlling investments in FDIC-insured banks for which we're the primary supervisor, is exercised.
Vice Chair Barr and Acting Controller Sue, do you believe that the FDIC should be doing more? Yes or no?
I think the existing system adequately protects the passivity agreements that we have with the relevant entities.
You feel adequately informed?
Pardon me?
You feel like you have adequately been informed through this process?
Yes.
I think the agency should strive to have a similar view on the issue.
I yield back.